Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's weekly musings is letting go and holding on. I'm doing a series of weekly musings using articles from my blog as inspiration, and then I summarize the topic based on what's going on in the world today. I also have some special offers, so stay tuned to the very end to see what they are. Letting go and holding on. One of my radio show listeners wrote asking about letting go, and we realized we couldn't talk about it without also talking about holding on. Life is a continuous flow of letting go. We have to release the present moment in order to move forward. We must surrender to the future or else have no future. We cannot manifest our dreams without letting go of fantasies. In order to have more, we must let go of whatever is occupying the space for it. It can be a relief to let go of things we no longer want and a delight to drop restrictions. Every new moment is an opportunity for expansion. Our world is under constant renovation. The universe wants to give us more, but we need to ask for it. I don't know if I resonate with that particular sentence. I'm going to forget about it by the time I get to the end of the article, but I don't think I resonate with that sentence anymore because I see myself as consciousness. We are all aspects of the universe. Back to the blog. But how do you not lose something or someone you love? How can you hold on to what you want to keep? The thing to know is what is real is never lost. We want to hold on to our youth and attractiveness, but the wisdom that comes with age reveals a more magnificent beauty. We want to keep our initial love affair, but grasping it too tightly, we can stifle its growth. Real love takes years to ripen. The truth of the matter is, nothing real ever dies. Our loved ones are still here. We can't see them, but we can sense them. The conflicts and personality flaws are gone, but the essence of their love for us and our love for them is eternal. When a loved one passes, it's an opportunity to have a new relationship with them that transcends form. However, we have to grieve the physical loss in order to feel them in their lighter state of being. It also helps to know that we live in a multiverse where all possibilities exist. As consciousness, you experience parallel universes where you made different choices and will choose different options. Some aspect of you, a parallel self, got to have whatever you missed out on in this one. You can have a different future simply by stepping into a different path. And here's the game. If you are stuck, move your hand out in front of you. Most likely it will feel dense right in front of you, as if a door is closed. So feel around for where it feels like a door easily opens and step into that new space. Notice what is different. You have effortlessly shifted into a new universe. Do this from a childlike, playful space and have no preconceived notions of where you are going as your current thinking got you to where you are. You want to open to something bigger than you possibly can imagine. Play with this week and see what happens. If you do this, let me know in the comments below what the results were. I'd love to read your comments. So how this has to do with what's going on in the world today is we are all expanding, and it's really disorienting in some cases because we are feeling lighter, we're feeling more expanded, and then the things that we identified with are disintegrating and going away. Sometimes we feel like we're losing something that we thought was really valuable, but once it is gone, you can feel this relief. So it was really an old part of you that was trying to hold on to that old thing. I'll give you an example. When my husband and I lost our house here on Vashon because of the 2008 crisis, and we moved to Tacoma, we lucked out and moving to this older house in the Proctor district, which is a really nice district. And it was such a gift. It was a gift to be in Tacoma, which wasn't as densely citified as Seattle. And it was a really fun old house. We were in walking distance to a Starbucks. There are no Starbucks on Vashon. It was a really good experience. And I think we were there like 4 years. And then suddenly the landlord gave us 20 days notice. It turns out he was going to sell the place. We didn't know at the time that we should have been given 90 days notice. So we had 20 days. It was in August, which happened to have two eclipses to it. And we were running around trying to find a house that was similar to the one we had in the area. Well, the rents had gone up by then. They were super expensive. But the other thing is that my husband's almost 6'7", and in those older houses, he didn't fit in the attic or in the basement. I'm like, well, I guess I'm doing the laundry. And then finally, right at the last minute, 3 weeks into the month, a house popped up that actually had been there all along, but they lowered the price because no one had rented it yet. And it was a mid-century modern in this area called Fircrest, which was frozen in the 1960s. The speed limit there is 25 miles an hour, and it's 30 in other places. You even slow down when you go there. And it was a very large house. The perfect thing about it was it took all our stuff, things that we'd had in storage and everything. And we got to really spread out and have this place for 2 years. The thing was, is that within 20 days, we had completely changed our perspective of what we wanted and what we would feel comfortable in. I never liked mid-century moderns, and now I love them. I always had been very attached to old buildings. The first house I had in Seattle with my first husband was built in 1911. It was a Craftsman. And then on Vashon Island, it was a farmhouse built in 1909. So I was very attached to those kind of houses. So what that experience did was it opened me up to different possibilities. And I think about that because it felt so harsh and challenging to start with, but moved us into a brand new experience. And I've had several other things too, like going to DC to take care of my mother for 2 years. That took me back to a city that I had never really fully lived in, never had driven in. The process of midwifing my mother back to spirit. So I had to step into her world of Alzheimer's, and then she had cancer. And that was really very difficult, challenging 2 years where I was like, I don't think I can do this. Several years later, actually, right at the end of the first year of moving to Furcrest, my little brother had a stroke. And I had a precursor to this because back in the Proctor district, I had been walking our dogs and I had been playing with stepping into parallel universes. And I felt myself step into this parallel universe. I had to really lean into it. And now I realized that was stepping into this universe where my brother had a stroke, really challenging. I found myself flying to New York every month for 3 weeks out of the month. I'd come home for about 10 days to recover. And the intention was to do this just until my sister-in-law retired. But then there was the pandemic. The Board of Education said they miscalculated her retirement, made her work for an extra year. Just before then, she developed breast cancer. I kept that schedule up because suddenly I was taking care of her and my brother. I did that for 6 years. And I'm still long distance care managing, but I got called back here to Seattle to deal with something else. So each experience that's so shocking and challenging gave me skills and then step into the next experience. So I have a lot of stuff on my plate right now, but I have lived through these other things. It's given me tools to deal with what I'm dealing with now. So my husband and I want to retire to Spain, and we want to do it next year. And what I'm realizing is that there's a lot of things we have to let go of because we can't schlep them to Spain. We're going to take some key items to Spain, but shipping them would be really super expensive. And we don't really need them anymore. So it's a real process of letting go. What I need to hold on to is my core vision of moving to Spain. It's a wild card now where we're going to move to in Spain and be open to that. We're in a really liquid phase of this planning. So think about what's going on in your life and what you need to let go of and what you need to hold on to. And know that sometimes by letting go, you're actually keeping the essence of the thing that you want to hold on to. So if you like these videos, please share them with your family and friends and on your social media. And please click the heart button, the thumbs up button. Please follow or subscribe. And all of those things, including leaving a comment, tells the algorithm to share this far and wide and get this out to someone who really needs to see this information. And if you look below, I have a free sample of one of my consciousness techniques. I also have some courses there that you can sign up for. And if you want to know more about my one-on-one coaching, you can go to my website, joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you next week in another Weekly Musings.